What are you doing? What do you want, water? What? I didn't hear you. What'd you say? Indy? Indy, why do you ignore me? So somebody likes recycling cardboard here, don't you, Daisy? This cat likes to drink from the faucet. That one's right. Right through the sticker, of course. That's enough. Haley's over here. And I hear Daisy. Sounds like she's doing something upstairs. There's Colby. Hey, Colby's. Daisy, you up there? What you doing? You want to go out? Here. What you doing? What you doing? You coming down? You coming down? So you guys all want to go out, huh? Yeah? You want to go out? Well, let me get my coffee first. Kind of a quick comparo, and it's between Milwaukee 1/4-inch impact gun versus the Ridgid, same thing, their version of the impact gun. So I've been using these for doing, tie walls, driving lag bolts and whatever into walls, affixing built-ins, whatever you use these for. So there's a bunch of differences and similarities. There's kind of like my impression of what I like and what I don't like. And it's weird. It's like one of those things where each company obviously has their own idea of what they like, and then after you get the tool in your hand, you start figuring out what you like based upon each. So on this Milwaukee, I don't know if you want to pause the video, there's info for this gun, and then for Ridgid, there's the info, whatever you need for that gun. Right off, the way the Ridgid sits versus the way the Milwaukee sits actually in the toolbox, I like the way the Milwaukee sits. As far as tool handling, they're both very balanced. They fit very well in the hand. I do like this clip over this style clip better. This one's got the more rounded end. It just seems to fit onto like a belt or a clip, whatever, a lot easier than the Ridgid does. On the Ridgid though, the differences between this chuck and this chuck is actually annoying for the Milwaukee. You actually have to pull the chuck out in order to insert and set the piece that you're putting in, where Ridgid, you basically just press it in and it locks down in by itself. And to release it, you just pull it forward and it releases. The charger, I definitely like the Ridgid charger better. It at least gives you a flashing green light with a red solid. I mean, it gives all the explanations of, what the charging indications are. And also its footprint. I like the footprint size of that charger over the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee's, it's just bigger. Takes up more unnecessary space in my opinion. I also like the way the Ridgid battery attaches to their charger. As far as the batteries go, I think the batteries are about the same. This is the Red Lithium M18 XC versus the Hyper Lithium 4.0. They're both, they both have the same options. You press it, you can see how much power you got in each battery. That one's obviously dead. This one, fully charged. But I will say, this gun is actually older. Can't remember how much older. The strength or the impact strength of the Milwaukee on this older version is actually a lot stronger. And the reason why I say that is because as you're impacting these 10-inch timber locks, the Milwaukee just has, I guess, the grunt. So when obviously you're going through these, ties, you every once in a while will run into a hard spot. And you might not know that on that top course that you just laid, that there might be a knot in the lower course. And as you're driving that down and in, the Ridgid just seems to have, that issue where if the wood's a little extra harder or more solid, dense, it just doesn't want to drive it all the way in. You can kind of hear it, and that's when I'll reach for the Milwaukee. And Milwaukee, just like I said, has that extra grunt to get it done. Anyway, that's a quick little review between the Milwaukee and the Ridgid. 1/4-inch impact gun. And I like them both, and they both come to every job site that I have because it's just always good to have, you know, all of them with you. In all honesty, what's funny is I actually reach for the Ridgid first, and I'll use up all its batteries, and for some reason, if it won't set a screw, I've got the Milwaukee, and that Milwaukee will, I guess, what you call finish the job. So, yeah, I like them both. I have them both, and that's it. Quick little review from What's Up Guy Garage. Thanks for watching.
What you doing out there? Hey, Daisy. Hey, sweetie. You're such a good girl, huh? Yeah.